We're here with Peter Maniatis, thanks to UltraTune. Peter, thanks very much, mate. The world is abuzz. Well, not the world, but I'll tell you what, Australia is abuzz with the big fight on the 23rd up at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. Anthony Mundine taking on a future Hall of Famer. I mean, he's boxing royalty, Sugar Shane Mosley. This is going to be a big fight.
It's going to be massive, and this is probably the biggest thing that's happened to Australian boxing for a very long time. I know you're excited, Ox.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be... You know, we're waiting for someone to knock Anthony Mundine's head off his shoulders, and maybe Shane is the man to do that.
Well, let's have a word to him. Sugar Shane Mosley joins us on the run home. Shane, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, how are you enjoying Sydney so far?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's a very, very nice city. You know, I've been here before a couple of times to Australia and to Sydney, so I'm liking it very, very much. It's a great place.
What do you know about Anthony Mundine? We understand he's fast and he's quick and he's a good boxer. What do you know about him?
Yeah, no, he's fast. He's a good boxer. He's quick. You know, I know that his chin is not that good, but he is a good fighter, so he can move around and stuff like that. But I'm ready to you know, go for the chance to put him on his back.
Shane, you brought Sergio Mora out here, the Snake. He's the winner out of the Contender, so he's a pretty big player to bring out as a sparring partner. So you are serious. You got 3 weeks to prepare. I spoke to Jeff Fennick, who's in Bangkok right now. He told me it's going to be a walk in the park for you. Do you feel it's going to be an easy fight for you against Anthony Mundine?
I mean, any fight's going to is tough, and I look at it as a tough fight, and that's why I brought you know, good sparring partners out here to work with. So I think it'll be a tough fight. I think Anthony Mundine is good, you know, especially some of the Australian boxers. He's one of the top, so maybe more hated than loved, but he is a good boxer, and I'm looking for that challenge.
When you come to a place like Australia and you've got Jeff Fennick's facilities at hand, is it up to scratch? Is it exactly what you need, or is there more that you can be doing to prepare for this fight?
You know, I like to have a nice gym, and Jeff Fennick has a good gym as well. I probably travel to several gyms to move around and box, but Jeff has a great facility, and you know, and they show me great hospitality here in Australia. So you know, I'm having a great time. I'm keeping myself working out, watch a lot of fight films, and you know, I don't do too much. I've been out here before, so it's not like my first time in Australia where, you know, I have to go and see all the, you know, the monuments and stuff like that. I've seen them already before. I've been here, and you know, I stay at months at a time. So, you know, I'm having a great time though right now.
Hey, while we're talking about boxing facilities, Shane, I'm a big fan of the boxing, and I watch all the shows. And I think Access All Areas had Canelo Alvarez. You actually gave him your facilities at Big Bear to use and get in shape for his big fight against Mayweather. I mean, what's it like in the boxing community? Does that happen very often?
Not really. I mean, you know, Eric Gomez came to me and asked if they could use my facility in Big Bear, and you know, I asked why wouldn't they use it, because there's 2 gyms at Big Bear. Why wouldn't they use the gym down the street? That's where Danny Golovkin trains down the street, and they chose to train at mine. So I said, okay, yeah, no problem. You train at different times though.
Shane, I'm going to ask you this question as a fan. Who's the best fighter you fought? Because you fought Floyd Mayweather, you fought Manny Pacquiao, you fought Oscar De La Hoya. 3 massive names. Who do you feel is the best out of the 3?
Well, I mean, Floyd would probably be one of the best. I mean, Oscar at his prime was great. It was a great fight there. We were both, you know, at our primes then. So, I mean, it's hard to say which one's the best. Manny Pacquiao, you know, he's definitely a great fighter as well. His styles make fights, so you never know what's going to happen. But you know, currently Mayweather's the best fighter. You know, at this point in time, he's the best fighter out there. So I can't say who would be the best if you got all 3. Well, if you got Oscar in his prime with the Mayweather or something like that, it might be different. But Mayweather seems to have the better skills and talent.
Shane, Sarith Viswasim here. Looking at your fight ahead with Choc, you're fighting at 154 pounds. You've made it public that 147 is your preferred division. What do you feel that the fight with Anthony will achieve for your career, given you're fighting at junior middleweight?
I think that the fight with Anthony is probably going to achieve some finance in my banking account. I'd imagine
That's very handy, Shane. At least you've been honest.
What sort of pay-per-view?
For everything else.
What sort of pay-per-view numbers are you expecting, Shane? I mean, it's going to be a massive fight. I mean, the Boxing Australia have been waiting for something like this for a long time.
Yeah, no, I know. I've actually commentated some of Anthony Mundine's fights when I came out of Australia about 7 or 8 years ago. I think along with Danny Green and Paul Briggs. My father trained Paul Briggs, one of the Australian fighters. So, I've been out here and I watched him fight. And he's a good fighter. And I know that. But I'm ready for the challenge. And, him coming down to 154 is going to be probably a strain on his body. Me going up to 54 is probably, that's my little disadvantage. So we both have little disadvantages here. And I'm just ready to get in there and do it at the best.
You mentioned his weakness before is his chin. What else have you identified that you might be able to find another weakness or find some way to get into Anthony Mundine?
Well, I mean, there's the chin, there's the body shots. I mean, he's used to being faster than everybody. Maybe the speed might give him little problems. Being that I'm a little smaller, but I do have good punching power that can throw him off as well, so he won't be able to just run in. So it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to try to bring to the table, and I know I'm going to throw him off with definitely my speed and power.
Shane, you recently turned 42 years of age. Do you feel that you still got it? Do you still feel that you're going to be a long-time player in the game, or is this basically your last payday, or you're going to treat this as another stepping stone to probably extending your career?
This will definitely be a stepping stone, keeping me warmed up for the big fights like a Mayweather or, Pacquiao or Marquez or somebody. Some of the fighters in my age bracket, there'll definitely be some big fights out there. But, I take this fight very seriously, just like I take any other fight very seriously. That's why I came out here early to get acclimated to the conditions and the time and all that stuff, so I can give myself 100% when I fight and not be tired and sluggish.
Well, we know Marquez is fighting Bradley, so perhaps we'd see you two in the ring down the track. Shane, thanks very much, mate. I promise you this. I know you're already an American hero, but on the 23rd, up there in Sydney, if you knock Anthony Mundine on his ass, you will become an Australian hero as well. Good luck.
Come on.
well, I'm going to be the Australian hero then.
Thanks for your time. Sugar Shane Mosley there.
In Macau.